بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. سلام علیکم و رحمت الله. Do you know the most important qualities for the believers? The most important sign to be an honorable person? Keeping promise. Yes. In the Quran, Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala mentioned وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. The sign of the believer is they keep their promise and covenant. وَاذْكُرْ فِي الْكِتَابِ إِسْمَاعِيلَ إِنَّهُ كَانَ صَادِقُ الْوَعْدِ. One of the qualities of the Prophet Ismail was صَادِقُ الْوَعْدِ, keeping his promise, being honest. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi said, لا دين لمن لا عهد له. Not keeping promise equal to be non-believer is so dangerous. Not keeping promise is equal to be non-believer. Even non-believer, we become non-Muslim. لا دين لمن لا عهد له. And Imam Ali alayhi salam said, من علامات الدين وفاء العهد. Keeping the promise, this is the sign of being as a believer. You know, even Imam Ali alayhi salam, against his enemy, he kept his promise. After the, for example, war of Siffin, Muawiyah was the enemy of the Imam Ali alayhi salam. Then he made a contract. You know this story. But Imam Ali alayhi salam, after that story, after that sadness story, after the Siffin, he kept his promise with Muawiyah. Because you know, this is the sign of mu'min. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. Imam Ali in Nahj al-Balagha said to the Malik Ashtar, O Malik, if you promise people, try to keep it. Because if you do not keep your promise toward the people, it causes God's anger. God become anger. If people do not promise, if people do not keep their promise, it causes God's anger. Imam Sadiq said, very, very nice and beautiful hadith. In some cases, we should be careful about our conduct and keeping the promise. I would explain. Ada'ul amana birrin aw fajr. Imam Sadiq said, even if you want to make contract with someone who is not Muslim, for example, he is atheist, you should keep your promise. If the non-Muslim or one man, one atheist came to you, give you something as an amana, you should save it and give it back to him in the best way. Ada'ul amana, birrin aw fajr. There's no right for me to do not this, to do not keep my contract or keep my promise, even toward the non-Muslim. We should be careful. Birrul walidain, kafirin or birrin. You know, being good, being fine, being compassionate toward the father and mother is our duty, even they are not Muslim. And the last one, and I would like to mention to this point, because our discussion about the Ada'ul Amana or Wafa'ul Ahd, this one is very important. Imam al-Sadiq said, Wafa'ul Ahd birrin aw kafirin. If we promise to someone and he is not Muslim, we should keep our promise, even he is not Muslim, he is not Shia. This is the sign and one of the most important sign for the believers. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ لِأَمَانَاتِهِمْ وَعَهْدِهِمْ رَاعُونَ. The sign and most important sign for believer is they keep their promise toward the others. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.